Tonight, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's a special Saturday night edition of the NFL.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Prescott now. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. They get 7 there on the screen.
Still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to this. The completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. And again, it's Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A first down throw for Prescott. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. Just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Prescott looks to throw on first. And the Raiders have got him. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes about. Final play of the half. Prescott. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this one is incomplete. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our... Looks like somebody's ready to begin the regular season, skipping over halftime here in the final game. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A handoff left, Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows?
They'll try and get the running game. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from AT&T Stadium.
Today, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver.
Now the third-year man back and healthy. It's Javonte Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Play action. Now Wilson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13. He's brought down a Raiders sack. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing is Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football. Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on first and goal, so a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack. Second down and a little more than a yard here. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Another shot from the one on second and goal. Back to throw again. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
With that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. The question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1, and to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Raiders, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
From Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. It's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Allen going to look to throw on the first play. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. Now Allen finds his rookie tight end, Dalton Kincaid. Up in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. They run the counter with Cook. And a good job by the Raider defense yet again as they drop him for a second straight loss. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
How about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield, and spills the play.
And he went there. A pair of negative running plays, and now they're looking up at a 3rd down at 17 to go. Allen going to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation.
10. Again, they'll throw with Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward.
Touchdown! Dalton Kincaid, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills have got it back to within a score. 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. 2nd and about a foot. They pitch it out to Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback And they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing. Deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. So his first sack of the game at CD, not his first of the season. He has shown an ability to get after the quarterback here early in his rookie year.
Yeah, and that just goes along with everything else we already knew about him. We knew his ability to tackle and to make plays behind the line of scrimmage.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. First down, here's the run with Cook to about the 48-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow the yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On second down, here's Allen. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. So 2 sacks for the rookie, definitely making an impact here in year 1.
And in a ton of different ways, because rushing the passer, that was supposed to be a skill that he was
Well, obviously, Charles, this was by no means an offensive track meet. I mean, the defenses were the story in this ball game, but hey, they got enough points to get the job done, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
You're absolutely right about that, partner. In such a low-scoring game, it completely changes everything you had planned to do out there. Fortunately for them, they got just enough scoring to bring home the win, and in this type of a game, to play their defense, that became one of their biggest keys.
So for Las Vegas, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try for a better outcome next week as they head to D.C. to take on the Washington Commanders. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.